Hi, I am Cassandra Scott. This is our third research and/or discovery project, and I chose the Roman triumphal arches. While Rome does have many architectural wonders that we all know about, one of the most notable one is their arches, and I think that the fact they have such a specific type of one was really interesting. The triumphal arches, namely, have some big scholarly classification things between them and the other ones. Uh, what is and isn't a triumphal arch is really based on why it was made. Some arches in, like, just for say Rome and around Rome, were just openings and walls of, like, around the walls of the city, really ornate. Basic arches don't really fit into this either. They're made for construction, but not for the reason these triumphal arches are. Uh, you would think that the Roman emperors commanding an arch be built to celebrate themselves or others might be triumphal arches, but that's not really the case. They're not really looked at as triumphal arches, but rather honorary or memorial ones in our current day. But researchers agree that a triumphal arch were only built to commemorate a Roman triumph, which would only happen after a military commander had achieved victory in a campaign for Rome or after a foreign war was won. The Roman Senate would declare this as like a celebration be made, and as they made this for those celebratory events, they were often first made of materials not made to last, before afterwards being reconstructed in a more permanent material of like stone, and would have that or like a production of the triumphal activities engraved on those arches afterwards. This this bottom arch, which looks small and unimpressive, it is actually a real triumphal arch, and it is the Arch of Carpentras in current France. These arches, a lot of their rules kind of about them were that they are primarily square, sometimes rectangular, depending on a couple of factors, but a big square shape and then a half circle that rounded the top of the arch inside. Triumphal arches would have a depiction of their original triumphal celebration engraved upon them. Like I said, they could be both inside the arch or outside the arch. And if the arch was large, it would often have two accompanying arches on either side, like this painting that is an 1842 depiction of the triumphal arch of Orange. The one on the top right should be the Arch of Titus. There's also a unique thing about arches, other than them just being big productions, essentially. There are the tetrapylons, or tetrapylii, depending on when and what language. That means four gates in Greek, and we kind of use the term quadrifonts or forefronts. They're usually designed on a crossroads for significant locations. The Arch of Malborghetto, the one in the top right, used to be a tetrapylon, but was transformed into a Christian church during the medieval period. You can really see the arches still on both this close side and the side. And the one in the middle should be the tetrapylon of Septimus Severus. There's also a unique type of tetrapylon called the Tetrachionia, although it technically wouldn't be the same, as they don't have arches. They don't have any roofs. They are kind of just four pillars in the same positioning and construction that they would if they were to add an arch on top, like this reconstruction on the bottom of the Tetrachionia of Ephesus. These arches have stayed in our mind since then. People have recreated them often for their own similar triumphs. The Aragonese arch is thought to be the oldest large-scale arch in recreation. It is the one in the bottom middle. It is in a fortress in France. Many of these arches were made after the ancient Romans and were inspired by or constructed essentially as a copy of an original triumphal arch somewhere else, a lot of them were just titled the Triumphal Arch, whether that be as stated in English or in their own language, would be the Triumphal Arch of X location. These were also often built after major military victories and for political leaders. The top right one is the Triumphal Arch in Moscow, made to celebrate the victory of Russia over Napoleon, and the bottom right one is the Arch of Triumph in Pyongyang, North Korea, which was a memorial for the Korean independence movement. So really spread apart.